My name is Laura. I am 28 years old. My life before him was simple. It was quiet. I worked at a small flower shop in the city. I was surrounded by beautiful things every day. Roses, lilies, tulips. Their colors were bright. Their smell was sweet. I liked my job. I liked the quiet. But sometimes the quiet felt a little lonely. I lived in a small apartment. It had one big window that looked out onto a busy street. I would sit by that window in the evenings with a cup of tea. I watched people walking below, couples holding hands, friends laughing, families. I wondered what their lives were like. I wondered if I would ever have a life like that. A life full of connection, a life full of love. Then, one rainy afternoon, he walked into my flower shop. His name was Daniel. He was looking for flowers for his mother's birthday, he said. He had kind eyes, a warm smile. He asked me many questions, not just about the flowers. He asked about my favorite color, my favorite season. He listened to my answers. He really listened. No one had paid that much attention to me in a long time. It felt nice. It felt like sunshine after a long rain. He bought a bouquet of yellow tulips, my favorite. As he was leaving, he turned back. "I'm Daniel," he said, holding out his hand. "Laura," I replied, shaking it. His hand was warm. He smiled that warm smile again. "I hope I see you again, Laura." My heart did a little jump. I hoped so too. He came back the next week, and the week after that. He always bought flowers. He always stayed to talk. We talked about everything. Books, movies, dreams. He told me he was an architect. He designed buildings. He talked about his work with passion. He made everything sound exciting. I looked forward to his visits. They were the brightest part of my week. The shop felt empty when he left. I started to have feelings for him, strong feelings. I thought maybe he felt the same way. The way he looked at me. The way he remembered small details I told him. It felt like something special was starting between us. Something real. One day, he asked me to have coffee with him after work. My heart said yes immediately. We went to a small cafe near the shop. We sat at a corner table. It felt different from talking in the shop, more personal, more real. I was nervous, but happy, so happy. We talked for hours. The cafe was closing, but we didn't want to leave. We walked through the city streets. The lights twinkled around us. It felt magical. He stopped under a street lamp. He looked at me. His eyes were serious. "Laura," he said, his voice soft. "I have to be honest with you about something." I felt a little knot of fear in my stomach. "Okay," I whispered. "I really, really like you," he said. "More than I should. Laura, I'm married." The word hung in the air between us. Married. It felt like a stone dropping into a quiet pond. The ripples spread through my whole body. I felt cold. I couldn't speak. I just stared at him. I saw a ring on his finger then. A simple gold band. I had seen it before, of course. But I had ignored it. I had told myself it didn't mean anything. I didn't want it to mean anything. He saw the look on my face. He quickly continued. But it's not what you think, he said. My marriage, it's been over for a long time. We live like roommates, strangers in the same house. There's no love there, no connection. She doesn't understand me. She doesn't even try. He looked so sad when he said it. His kind eyes were filled with pain. I feel so lonely, Laura, he whispered. And then I met you, being with you, talking to you. It's the first time I felt happy in years. You're like a breath of fresh air. You're my escape. My escape. The words echoed in my head. I was his escape from an unhappy life. Part of me felt sorry for him. I wanted to comfort him, to take away his sadness. Another part of me felt confused, hurt. This was wrong. I knew it was wrong. But the feelings I had for him were so strong, and he looked so broken. I understand if you never want to see me again, he said, looking down. I just had to tell you the truth. I should have walked away. I should have said goodbye. Right there. That was the smart thing to do. The right thing to do. But I didn't. I looked at his sad face. I remembered his warm smile. I remembered how he made me feel. Not lonely, seen, important. I didn't want to lose that feeling. I need to think, I said. He nodded. Of course. But I already knew my answer. I was going to be his escape. I was going to be his secret. That night, I stepped into his game, a game of lies, a game of stolen moments. I didn't know it then, but I was already trapped. Our secret life began. It was a life lived in shadows. We never met near my flower shop. We never met near his home. We found small, hidden places, quiet parks in different parts of the city, dimly lit restaurants where no one would know us. Sometimes we would just sit in his car on a dark street, talking for hours. These moments felt precious, forbidden, exciting. When I was with him, I felt alive. We would hold hands under the table. He would tell me about his day, his frustrations at work, his unhappy home. He always told me how I was the only good thing in his life. You keep me sane, Laura, he would say. Or, I don't know what I would do without you. I believed him. I held on to those words. They made me feel special, important. They made the guilt I felt a little easier to bear. Because I did feel guilty. Every time he left me to go home to her, his wife, a wave of sadness and shame washed over me. Her name was Helen. I hated knowing. Her name. It made her real. I was helping him lie to her. I was the other woman. I never thought I would be that person. The lies started to build up. My life became a web of secrets. I had to lie to my friends. I made excuses for why I was busy, why I couldn't meet them. I couldn't tell them I was waiting for a call from a married man. A call that might not even come. My life started to revolve around his schedule. I was always checking my phone. My heart would leap every time it buzzed. Was it him? Could we meet? The fear of being caught was constant, a low hum of anxiety under the surface of everything. Every time a car drove past us too slowly, my heart would stop. Every time someone looked at us for a second too long in a restaurant, I would feel a surge of panic. Was this it? Were we caught? I remember one Saturday afternoon, we were walking in a beautiful botanical garden, far from the city center. It was a perfect autumn day. We were laughing, holding hands. For a moment, I forgot we were a secret. We felt like a normal couple. Then I saw a woman walking towards us. Her face looked familiar. I realized with a shock that she was a customer from my flower shop. A regular. My blood ran cold. I dropped Daniel's hand immediately. I turned my head, pretending to look at a flower. My heart was pounding in my chest. "What's wrong?" Daniel whispered. "A customer," I mumbled. From my shop. We walked quickly in the other direction. I didn't look back. Did she see us? Did she see us holding hands? The rest of the day was ruined. The fear was back. The perfect moment was gone. It was a sharp reminder of our reality. Our happiness was fragile. It could be shattered at any moment. The strain of the secret started to show. I was tired all the time, anxious. I wasn't sleeping well. Sometimes I would lie awake at night, staring at the ceiling, thinking about Helen. What was she like? Did she suspect anything? I felt terrible. But then Daniel would send me a message. "Thinking of you." And the terrible feeling would fade, replaced by the warm glow of his attention. It was a cycle. Guilt, then happiness, then guilt again. He never talked about leaving her. Not really. He would say things like, "One day, things will be different," or, "Just be patient with me, Laura." I clung to these vague promises. I built a future in my mind, a future where we could be together. Openly, honestly, without hiding. I think deep down, I knew it was just a dream. But it was a dream I needed to survive the reality of our situation. Then, things started to get more complicated. The game became darker. I started to learn that Helen was not the only secret he was keeping. It happened on a Tuesday. He had left. His phone on the coffee table in my apartment. He was in the bathroom. The phone buzzed. The screen lit up. I didn't mean to look. I really didn't. But my eyes saw the name on the screen. It wasn't Helen. It was a name I didn't know. Sarah. The message underneath was short. "Can't wait to see you tonight. Miss you. XOXO." I stared at the screen. My body went completely numb. "Miss you. XOXO." It was the same kind of message he sent me. Who was Sarah? I felt a wave of nausea. My hands started to shake. This couldn't be happening. Daniel came out of the bathroom. He saw the look on my face. He saw me staring at his phone. His eyes widened in panic. He snatched the phone from the table. "Laura, it's not what it looks like," he said quickly. "Who is Sarah?" I asked. My voice was a broken whisper. She's an old friend, he stammered. She's going through a difficult time. A bad divorce. I'm just helping her, supporting her, as a friend. A friend? A friend you say, miss you XOXO to? A friend you see on the same night you tell me you have to work late? The lies. They were so obvious now, so clumsy. But he said them with such a sincere, pained expression. He looked me in the eyes. Laura, you have to believe me. You are the one I care about. You are the only one. Sarah is nothing. It's complicated. Complicated. That word again. His whole life was complicated. And I was trapped in the middle of it. Part of me wanted to scream, to throw him out, to end it right there. But another part of me, a weaker part, wanted to believe him. It was easier to believe his lie than to face the truth. The truth that I wasn't special. I wasn't his one escape. I was just one of his secrets. Didn't throw him out. I let him stay. I let him hold me and tell me more lies. He said Sarah was emotionally fragile. He said he couldn't just abandon her. He made me feel like I was the strong one, the understanding one. He twisted the situation. He made me a partner in his new lie. Now, we weren't just hiding from Helen. We were hiding from Sarah, too. The game had a new player, and I was still a pawn. But something had broken inside me that day. The trust. The beautiful dream I had built. It was shattered. I started to watch him more closely. I started to doubt everything he said. The anxiety I felt before was nothing compared to this. Now, when he was with me, I wondered if he was thinking about Helen or about Sarah. Was I just filling a space in his schedule between his other lives? I became obsessed. I needed to know the truth. One night, when I was alone, I did something I'm not proud of. I searched for Sarah on social media. I knew her last name from a piece of mail I had seen in his car once. It was a long shot. But I found her. Her profile picture was a photo of her and Daniel. They were on a boat, laughing. His arm was around her. They looked so happy, so normal. I scrolled through her photos. There were more. Pictures of them at dinner, at a concert, on a weekend trip to the mountains. A trip he told me was a work conference. The pictures were a knife in my heart. Each one was a new lie. He wasn't helping a friend. He was living a whole other life with her. A life of fun and travel. A life very different from the stolen secret hours he spent with me in dark cars and hidden cafes. And what about Helen? His poor, misunderstood wife. Was she at home, waiting for him while he was on a mountain with Sarah? Or in a park with me? The web of his lies was bigger and more tangled than I could ever have imagined. He wasn't just cheating on his wife. He was cheating on everyone. He was playing a game with all of us. And we were all losing. I felt so stupid, so naive. How could I have believed him? How could I have let myself be trapped in this game for so long? The sadness was overwhelming. But underneath the sadness, A new feeling was growing. Anger. Cold, hard anger. Anger at him for his lies. And anger at myself for believing them. Knew what I had to do. This couldn't continue. I couldn't be a part of this toxic game anymore. I needed to get out. But I couldn't just disappear. I needed to confront him. I needed him to see that I knew. The game was over. I decided to meet him one last time. I chose the place. The small cafe where we had our first real date. The place where he first told me he was married. It felt right to end it where it all began. I got there early. I sat at the same corner table. I waited. When he walked in, he was smiling. That same warm smile that had charmed me on that first day. The smile looked fake to me now. Poisonous. "Hi," he said, leaning in to kiss me. I turned my head. He looked surprised. "Sit down, Daniel," I said. My voice was calm, steady. I didn't recognize my own voice. It sounded so strong. He sat down. He looked confused. "What's wrong, Laura? You seem upset." I took a deep breath. "I know about Sarah," I said simply. His face went pale. The color drained away. "Laura, I told you." "No," I interrupted. "No more lies. I saw the pictures, Daniel. The boat trip, the mountains, the work conference. You look very happy together, for two people who are just friends." He opened his mouth, then closed it. He had no more lies left. I had taken them all away. He just stared at his hands on the table. "All this time," I continued, my voice shaking a little now with the anger and the pain. "You told me I was your escape, your only happiness. You made me feel special. But I was just part of your game, wasn't I? Just another secret. Does Helen know about Sarah? Does Sarah know about me? Or are we all just pieces you move around on your board?" He didn't answer. He couldn't. "I feel so sorry for Helen," I said, and I meant it. "And I feel sorry for Sarah. And most of all, I feel sorry for myself. I feel sorry that I let you do this to me, that I believed your sad stories, that I wasted so much time and emotion on you." Tears were streaming down my face now, but they were not weak tears. They were angry tears, cleansing tears. "I am done," I said, my voice clear and strong again. "I am done being your secret. I am done being trapped in your game. This is over, Daniel, for good." I stood up. My legs felt shaky, but I stood tall. He looked up at me. His eyes were filled with panic. "Laura, please," he whispered. "Don't do this." For a second, I saw the sad, broken man I thought I loved. But then I saw the truth. He wasn't sad because he was losing me. He was scared because he was losing the game. He was losing a piece of his secret life. I looked at him one last time. "Goodbye, Daniel," I said. Then I turned around. And I walked out of the cafe. I didn't look back. I walked out into the sunshine. And for the first time in a very long time, I felt like I could breathe again. The weight on my chest was gone. The constant fear was gone. The guilt was gone. The days and weeks that followed were hard. I was heartbroken. I mourned the man I thought Daniel was, the love I thought we had. I cried a lot. I felt lonely in my small apartment again, but it was a different kind of lonely. It was a clean lonely, a peaceful lonely. It was better than the anxious, secret-filled life I had been living. I focused on my flower shop. I put all my energy into it. I made beautiful arrangements. I talked to my customers. I reconnected with my friends. I told them I had been through a bad relationship. I didn't tell them all the details. I didn't need to. They were just happy to have me back. Slowly, I began to heal. I learned to enjoy the quiet again. I learned that being alone is not the same as being lonely. I learned that my own company is good company. I learned that I am strong enough to walk away from something that was breaking me. I made a promise to myself. No more secrets. No more lies. I deserve a love that is honest and open. A love that doesn't need to hide in the shadows. A love that makes me feel safe, not scared. If you are listening to this, and maybe you are trapped in a situation that feels wrong, maybe someone is making you feel like a secret, please listen to me. You are worth more than that. You deserve to be seen, to be cherished, to be the only one. Do not let anyone trap you in their game. I know it's scary to walk away. It's the hardest thing you will ever do. But your freedom is on the other side of that fear. Your peace is waiting for you. Be brave. Choose yourself. You are strong enough. You can do this.